The gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Barr, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move to strike the last word. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I enjoyed my colleague from Florida, Mr. Mast's very persuasive commentary there. But I want to address another issue and thank the chairman for including my bill, a bipartisan bill that I introduced with Representative Ed Case, the Pacific Partnership Act, in this markup. And I want to thank my colleagues for passing this bill out of the markup with a voice vote. This legislation builds off of successive administrations' actions to strengthen the United States' engagement in the Indo-Pacific. The 2017 National Security Strategy and the 2019 Indo-Pacific Strategy Report both recognize the region's critical role in the broader Indo-Pacific. During the Trump administration, through the leadership of Secretary Pompeo, the United States invested hundreds of millions of new dollars into the Pacific Islands through the Pacific Pledge of the Indo-Pacific Strategy. I'm grateful that the current administration continued this important work through the Pacific Partnership Strategy. While these executive actions are welcome, it's essential that Congress assert its authority in showing that we are not just interested, but invested in an enduring relationship with our Pacific Island partners. This important legislation codifies the Pacific Partnership Act and ensures that it is updated every 4 years. The Pacific Partnership Strategy points out that the Pacific region covers 15% of the globe. While this territory is vast, it is comprised of many small communities across countless islands. These are the same islands that Americans gave their lives liberating in the Second World War. While our relationship with these islands has developed over these past 80 years, it's essential that the United States continues to look to the future and establishes ever deeper ties with these islands. This is personal to me. My grandfather fought in New Guinea and the Philippines in World War II. My other grandfather was on a destroyer in the South Pacific. This legislation ensures that we are taking a whole-of-government approach to efficiently and effectively engage with our partners in the Pacific. We know these islands are facing an ever more aggressive China, which is all too happy to tempt these communities with offers of infrastructure or bribery, and when that does not stick, resort to intimidation or other tactics. Instead, this legislation helps to ensure that the United States remains a partner of choice. Legislation like this shows that these communities are very important and that we're interested in a relationship with the Pacific Islands because we see mutual benefit built upon decades of trust, not just because a competitor like China is on the prowl. In addition to this, the bill designates the Pacific Islands Forum as an international organization with diplomatic privileges to encourage the establishment of a PIF mission in the United States. It requires the President to report to Congress on the implementation timeline for the Pacific Partnership Strategy, along with any staffing or funding required to implement the strategy. It codifies the Partners in the Blue Pacific Initiative with Australia, Japan, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, and others to deconflict aid to the region and encourage coordination, expands regular reports on transnational crime in the Indo-Pacific to include the Pacific Islands to ensure the region is integrated into our broader work in the Indo-Pacific. I'm grateful to my many colleagues who have co-sponsored this legislation. I'm grateful to this committee for passing this legislation out of this markup on a voice vote. And I am particularly grateful to Chairman McCall, Ranking Member Meeks, and I want to thank Krista and Congressman Ed Case's office, and also my staff, Hunt Vandertal, for leading the charge on this and working together in a bipartisan way. I encourage the committee to continue to push this legislation to the House floor. This bill, the Pacific Partnership Act, deserves favorable consideration by the entire Congress, and I yield back the balance of my time.